Are you constantly feeling like life's victim? Always at the mercy of circumstances beyond your control? Do you find yourself perpetually in the shadow of your potential, paralyzed by the invisible force that keeps you from stepping into your potential or power? Have you ever stopped to consider that these very narratives you hold so dear might be the shackles limiting your growth? If these questions stir something within you, it's no coincidence. You're on the brink of a revelation, one that many shy away from confronting. Today we're diving deep into the realms of the ego and victim mentality, two of the most insidious barriers to personal freedom and growth. We'll unpack how these hidden aspects of our psyche manipulate our perceptions, dictate our reactions, and ultimately keep us from embracing the fullness of our lives. By the end of this video, not only will you have a clearer understanding of these forces, but you'll also be equipped with a variety of strategies to dismantle their hold on you. Stick around for a groundbreaking reveal that's rarely discussed openly, yet it's crucial for anyone serious about transcending these two limitations. Welcome to episode 3 of the Self-Reflections podcast. I'm your host, Klaudia, your guide on this journey of introspection and transformation. As a psychologist and life and mindset coach with over 15 years of experience, I've seen firsthand the transformative power of facing hard truths. Today, I'm here to call you out. Not to criticize, of course, but to catalyze a change that's been waiting to happen. If you're ready to confront the uncomfortable and step into a space of genuine growth, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video to join a community committed to profound, lasting change. Understanding the ego is like unlocking the first piece to the puzzle to our quest for growth and self-improvement. So, what exactly is the ego? Well, in psychological terms, the ego is part of our personality that's tasked with navigating our daily interactions and perceptions. It's often seen as our conscious self or the I in narratives. But here's where it gets complex. The ego is also deeply invested in preserving our self-image and identity, sometimes at the cost of our own growth. To protect this self-image, the ego employs various defense mechanisms. Let's break these down. The first one is denial. This is the ego's refusal to accept reality because it's too threatening. For example, denying that a problem exists or that a habit might actually be harmful. The second one is projection. This involves attributing one's own undesirable thoughts and feelings to others. It's like saying, I'm not angry, you're the one that's upset. And the third one is rationalization. Here, the ego justifies behavior or feelings with seemingly logical reasons, often avoiding the true explanation. It's making excuses for why we didn't pursue a goal, blaming it on possibly bad timing or insufficient resources. These mechanisms might protect the ego temporarily, but they also keep us from facing the truths necessary for our evolution. Let's get real for a moment and talk about what the ego sounds like in everyday life. You might recognize it as a voice that says, if I don't do it perfectly, I shouldn't do it at all. It's my own fault. They just don't understand me. Or if I admit I'm wrong, they'll think less of me. These are all your ego, trying to shield you from vulnerability, from the risk of failure, and from the discomfort of growth. One of the ego's most limiting roles is how it interferes with our ability to take personal responsibility. The ego fears change because change implies the unknown, and the unknown threatens the ego's carefully constructed identity. This fear can manifest as a reluctance to own up to our actions or the outcomes in our lives, creating a barrier to genuine accountability. And what happens when we let the ego steer the ship unchecked? Well, we find ourselves stuck in a loop of stagnation. We avoid taking risks, we shy away from learning from our mistakes, and we blame external factors for our dissatisfaction. This not only hampers our personal and professional growth, but it can also lead to a life filled with regret and a lot of what ifs. Understanding the ego isn't about demonizing it. It's about recognizing its role and learning to navigate its influence wisely. By becoming aware of when our ego is in the driver's seat, we can gently shift back to a place of openness, curiosity, and readiness to embrace change. It's from this place that we can truly begin to take responsibility for our lives and embark on a path of meaningful growth. Having delved into the intricacies of the ego, we now stand at a crossroads where the path of self-awareness and self-deception intersect. It's here that we encounter a subtle yet profound shift. An unchecked ego can lead us down a path of adopting a victim mentality. Let's explore this. When the ego is in its quest to protect our self-image, encounters challenges or criticisms, it may result to casting us in the role of a victim. This isn't about genuine victimhood where one actually has suffered real harm or injustice, but rather a mindset where one perceives themselves as perpetually at the mercy of external forces. Recall the ego's defense mechanisms we discussed: denial, projection, and rationalization. Each of these can contribute to a victim stance. Denial prevents us from acknowledging our role in our circumstances. Projection places the blame on others, and rationalization gives us seemingly logical excuses for why things are happening to us. This might manifest in thoughts like, "I can never catch a break," or "why does this always happen to me?" which are so common. Such narratives reinforce the beliefs that we're powerless, obscuring the truth that in many aspects of our lives, we hold the pen that actually writes our own story. The danger of stepping into victim mentality is profound. It's not only going to strip us of our power to affect change, but also entrenches us in a cycle of negativity and passivity. The world appears as something that happens to us, not something we can interact with and actually influence. As we transition from understanding the ego to exploring the depths of victim mentality, remember this journey is about illumination and empowerment. Recognizing when and how we slip into the victim mentality is the first step towards reclaiming our agency and rewriting narratives with intention and courage. Having bridged the gap between the ego's protective veils and the emergence of victim mentality, let's delve deeper into understanding this mindset. Victim mentality is a pervasive lens through which individuals view themselves not as active participants in their lives, but as passive recipients of external misfortunes. Victim mentality is characterized by a constant belief that there's life's challenges and problems that are caused by external factors and that they are beyond one's control. This mindset manifests in habitual thought patterns and behaviors such as blaming others for personal setbacks, feeling powerless in changing one's circumstance, and harboring a pervasive sense of injustice. The repercussions of a victim mentality extends far and wide, impacting not just personal growth, but also our relationships and overall well-being. It breeds a cycle of negativity where opportunities for growth are overshadowed by the comfort of blame. This not only stunts our personal development, but also strains relationships as the accountability needed for healthy interactions is replaced with resentment and dependency. In the realm of personal growth, victim mentality acts as a significant barrier. It locks us in a state of passivity where the drive for self-improvement is dampened by our belief in our own powerlessness. This is irony. The very mindset that seeks to protect us from pain and failure becomes the jailer of our potential. But where does this victim mentality stem from? Often it's the ego's fear and defense mechanisms running amok. The ego, in its quest to shield our self-image, may inadvertently lead us to abdicate our responsibility and agency. It's a defense against the vulnerability that comes with acknowledging our role in our life's narrative. When the ego employs denial, we negate our agency. Through projection, we displace our accountability onto others, and with rationalization, we craft narratives that absolve us from our role in our challenges. Each mechanism, while temporarily soothing, enriches us deeper into a victim stance. Understanding the victim mentality is not about assigning blame, but about recognizing patterns that keep us from living our fullest lives. It's about seeing that while we may not control every aspect of our lives, our power lies in how we respond, how we grow, and how we choose to actually move forward. We ventured deep into the realms of the ego and victim mentality, unearthing how they shape our perceptions and hold us back. Now it's time for the most empowering part of the journey, overcoming these barriers. So today, I'll share with you 4 transformative ways to break free from the chains of ego and victim mentality. And don't go anywhere, because by the end, we'll introduce a concept crucial for serious change. First and foremost is cultivating self-awareness. It's about becoming an observer of your own thoughts and emotions. Start by journaling your daily experiences, focusing on moments you felt triggered or fell into a victim stance. Reflect on these instances and ask yourself, what part did my ego play here? Could I have seen things differently? Meditation and mindfulness exercises also offer a gateway to deeper self-awareness, helping you to notice your thought patterns without judgment. Embracing vulnerability and being open to change are pivotal in dismantling the ego's defenses and the victim mentality. Vulnerability is not about weakness, it's about courage. The courage to face the unknown, to admit imperfections, and embrace your authentic self. Change, while daunting, I know, is the only constant in our journey of growth. Start by setting small, achievable goals that challenge your current state but are manageable enough to not overwhelm you. Now let's talk about actionable steps. To loosen the ego's grip and step out of the victim mentality, practice gratitude daily. Focus on what you have, not what you lack, and you'll begin to see shifts in your perspective very quickly. Next, learn to reframe challenges as opportunities. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Lastly, seek feedback and be open to it. Surround yourself with a supportive community that encourages growth and offers honest, constructive feedback. As we pave our path towards empowerment and responsibility, there's one more crucial piece of the puzzle: shadow work. This is about confronting and integrating the parts of ourselves we've denied or suppressed. It's a profound journey inward that promises not just change, but real transformation. We'll dive deep into shadow work shortly, but know this: embracing your shadow is the key to unlocking a level of self-understanding and authenticity few dare to explore. Overcoming the ego and victim mentality isn't a quick fix. It's a committed journey towards self-discovery and empowerment. By adopting these practices and remaining open to the transformative process of shadow work, you're taking the first steps towards not just change, but profound, lasting transformation. Stick with me, as what we'll uncover next about shadow work is the cornerstone for anyone serious about making significant, lasting change in their lives. Having navigated the challenging terrains of the ego and victim mentality and equipped with strategies to transcend them, we now approach a profound gateway to deep, lasting change: shadow work, also known as inner work. This isn't just another step, it's a leap into the heart of our inner world. Shadow work, a concept derived from the depths of psychology from Carl Jung specifically, invites us to confront and integrate the parts of ourselves we've turned away from, our shadow. These are the aspects we deem unworthy, the emotions we've suppressed, and the desires we've hidden. It's everything we've denied about ourselves, but paradoxically, holds the key to our wholeness and authenticity. Why is shadow work crucial, especially after addressing ego and victim mentality? Well, because the shadow often fuels these very aspects of our psyche. It's in these parts of ourselves we ignore that the ego finds fertile ground to grow, and where the seeds of victimhood are sown. By bringing light to our shadow, we not only dismantle these barriers, but also reclaim lost parts of ourselves, leading to a more integrated and authentic existence. Engaging in shadow work isn't about dwelling in past hurts or self-criticism. It's about healing and empowerment. Start by reflecting on your triggers and the emotions they evoke. These are clues to what lies in your shadow. Journaling, as I've mentioned copious amounts of times, can be a powerful tool here, allowing you to explore these triggers and emotions without judgment. Again and again, mindfulness practices also play a crucial role. They help us observe our thoughts and feelings with compassion, providing the safe space needed to confront our shadow. And perhaps most importantly, seek support when needed, whether through therapy, support groups, or spiritual practices. This journey, while deeply personal, doesn't actually have to be walked alone. The promise of shadow work is not just the resolution of past pains or the overcoming of ego and victim mentality. It's about the liberation it actually brings, the freedom to be your true self, unburdened by the parts you've denied or hidden. It's here in this embrace of your shadow that we really find the courage to express our authenticity, to love deeply, and to actually live more fully. I invite you to view shadow work not as a daunting task, but as an exciting journey of self-discovery. And of course, as I've mentioned, liberation. As we conclude today's exploration, remember that every shadow, no matter how dark, is cast by light. And it's in turning towards this light, towards the parts of ourselves we feared to acknowledge, that we uncover our true potential and power. As we draw this profound journey to a close, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to each of you for staying with me until the end. Your willingness to explore these challenging topics speaks volumes about your commitment to personal growth and transformation. I encourage you to dive into the comments section below, share with us what resonated with you, what challenged you, or even what you disagreed with. How does your ego make its presence known in your life? Have you found yourself caught in the web of victim mentality? Or perhaps you have a story of triumph, a moment where confronting your shadow led to a breakthrough. Your experiences enrich our community, offering insights and inspiration to us all. If you found value in our discussion today, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement helps us reach more individuals like you, eager for meaningful change. And for those of you feeling a deep resonance with the work we've discussed, I have exciting news. I currently have openings in my coaching practice for clients from across the globe. If you're prepared to do the deep, rewarding work, visit the link in my description below to explore how we can work together. Finally, don't forget to hit the notification bell. Whether it's our weekly podcast or more frequent video content, you won't want to miss what we have in store for you. Together, let's continue to peel back the layers, confront our shadows, and step into the light of our true potential. Thank you once again for joining me on the Self Reflections podcast. Until next time, keep reflecting, keep growing, and remember, the journey inward is the bravest journey of all.